You think your mean comments will hurt me? Your fat-phobic comments? My own mom hates me. Beat that.
Yeah, I don't think I can beat that. You win. Hey everybody and welcome back. Today we look at Redhead, Greenhead, and Bluehead. So Redhead thinks that being fat is equal to experiencing racism. Greenhead thinks that they're a superhero who wants to change society or something. And Bluehead is mad that someone saved her life. Let me know which ones are your favorite in the comments below. Let's begin. Okay, so starting with Redhead here, right? First they make a bunch of posts hating on everybody, saying that everybody's just fat phobic, society just loves thin people. So this person plays the Uno reverse saying, are you fit phobic? You know, why don't you like people losing weight? Now let's see how Love for Fatties responds.
I just want to give you like a representation of how this comes off. It's like when black people call out white people for valid things and they're like, oh, so you're against white people? You're against the white people? Are you being racist to us? Like, it's giving very much that energy.
Yeah, way to take two unrelated situations and somehow make them equal. I mean, going by your definition of fat phobic, I mean, I would say that you're fit phobic. I mean, what are you doing? You're pretty much encouraging a large audience to be fat, which is inherently unhealthy. I mean, there's no debate to that. I mean, everybody knows that being fat is associated with more health problems like heart disease and stroke. I mean, diabetes, come on, and a host of mental problems as well. I mean, imagine comparing this to racism. I mean, you've obviously experienced a lot of it, right? Bro, I swear these people just have Skittles for brain cells.
And nobody who's fat, like, hates on thin people. What we hate is the internalized fat phobia that you show, baby.
Hey yo, stop. Don't call me baby. I don't give you permission. I will sue you for being the only Skittle that I don't like. Internalized fat phobia. That sounds like something you'd find on the 5th page of Google. You know when you're just scrolling looking for that one answer that lines up with what you think?
It is a walking red flag. It has nothing to do with the fact you out. It has everything to do that you would do anything to avoid looking like us, which is inherently fat phobic.
Okay, come on guys, look at this frame and tell me she's not cuckoo. You can see it in their eyes, the madness, the insanity, the absolute drive to defend eating a donut. Listen, I understand, I love donuts too, but do we really need to make it a movement? Can't we just keep it to once a week? Come on. Listen, I understand, I'm quite chubs as well. Listen, I was pretty fat too. I ate Nutella every day before Crohn's disease damn near killed me. You know, looks are a weird thing, okay? I had a Chad jawline when I was anorexic and dying, okay? I don't think anyone wants to avoid looking fat, okay? I think they're more concerned with the health problems aspect. Listen, in my opinion, there's plenty of fat people that look absolutely gorgeous. You can look however you want. It's a preference. It's fine. But the problem lies in the fact that being fat is just connected to so many health issues. There's just no fighting that. If I could look fat and not have health issues, sure, I'd like to be chubs.
Weight loss people don't tell you is that a lot of it is body checking, restrictive eating, you know, a lot of things that go along the line of a eating disorder. And the reason the weight loss industry doesn't want to convey that is because they profit off that. But that might be a little bit too complex of a situation to discuss with you. We're just grasping this.
Why do all of them have just a condescending personality? Like, okay, thank you, professor. I couldn't understand anything without your guidance. The weight loss industry profits off you. Meanwhile, McDonald's, meanwhile, KFC, meanwhile, Taco Bell. Okay, which industry profits off of us more again? Can you give me a little explanation? Also, the thing about eating disorders, I'm aware, okay? Anything you do to the extreme is obviously bad. Obviously, you should cut out unhealthy foods from your diet and have a restrictive diet of healthy food. But at the same time, not so much that you go completely insane. Not so much that you never ever eat what you like or you develop a bad relationship with food or you develop an eating disorder. Listen, I'm pretty sure you also have some boundaries, like it's okay to be fat, but it's not okay to be morbidly obese to the point I can't walk. Like, obviously it's gonna go both ways. Okay, moving on to Greenhead, they're very mad that nobody wants to date them. That's the only conclusion I can come to. And it's not your appearance, you look absolutely fine. It's your personality that just reeks.
I've heard a lot of talk like, oh, I don't hate fat people, but I'm not attracted to them, and I don't want to date them. It's just my preference. Maybe, in an ideal circumstance, in a world that was forever body neutral, and did not demonize fat people. That could be a preference. Maybe.
It's a preference, okay? Some people like sucking on toes. Some people like sleeping with their anime girl body pillows. Some people like that extra booty. It just is what it is. People are built like that. It's not a ploy by society. Come on.
That could be a preference. Maybe. But is there really such a thing as preference in a society that exclusively demonizes an option? Fat people are branded as disgusting. Branded as something to be eliminated, unhygienic, lazy, XYZ everything else. And we've received that messaging since we were born. Our culture is deeply rooted and entrenched in fat phobia. Chances are it's not just a preference, and you've just been taught to think fat people are gross.
I mean, were we taught that, or is that actually real and something you can experience? Generally, fat people will exercise lesser and eat a lot of junk food, and as a result, will be lazier and less productive, all things that make you more repulsive as a person. It just is what it is. It wasn't like programmed into our brains or something. I'm pretty sure if you removed all human programming, we'd think the same things. As a person who ate a lot of damn junk food and really enjoyed myself pretty much my entire life, I was definitely more repulsive when eating junk food, okay? There's something about eating healthier, which is just nice. Obviously, I don't know the science behind it, but there's something, I don't know, man. Maybe it pumps your hormones or something like that. There's bad stuff in bad junk food, okay? Okay, moving on to Bluehead. This one's gotta be my favorite. This person basically describes a story of how they were kicked off a roller coaster ride because they were a little too large. This kind and caring employee singled them out of a crowd and said, okay, you can't get on the ride because, you know, you're too big and you won't fit there, and then we won't be properly able to secure you. And obviously this is for her own good, right? If she gets on the ride, it's gonna be unstable, and what if it's dangerous, right? She just falls off. So this employee, who pretty much saved her life, she is mad at and is trashing on social media.
On Universal, they say that you will fit their ride if your waist is smaller than 44 inches. My waist is 42, but these dummy thick thighs aren't. And guess what made it so that I couldn't fit in those rides? These hips and these boobs. How dare you, Universal? So I waited in line for almost an hour for the first Harry Potter line, and I get up to the top of the line, and the guy picks me out of a line and says, have you ridden this before? I was like, no. He's like, well, you got to go try the test seat, which tells me that he has had training on how to be fat phobic and how to pick someone out of a crowd to tell them that they're not going to fit.
He's had training on being fat phobic. No, he's had training on how to save a life. He's had training on how to stop people before they get on a ride that can't contain them. You would have literally had broken bones. Can you imagine falling off a roller coaster? No, you can't, because you'd be dead. You know, he had two choices. He could have agreed with the angry blue-haired lady and said, yeah, okay, I don't feel like doing this. I don't want to deal with this today. Get on the ride. But no, he chose to argue with you. He chose to sacrifice his brain cells for the sake of humanity. Lesson of the day, guys. You can help people in life and they just won't appreciate you, okay?
Crazy. Surgeons are testing a new way to lose weight by turning off your hunger hormone.
The hatred of our bodies and the desire to do anything to make us smaller is what is literally killing fat people.
I don't think that's factually correct. It's probably the heart disease. Okay, who was your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. Hope you enjoyed. Bye-bye.